like the oldest writing with the newest tech sounded really cool. And I saw that Mike, the co-founder of Unsloth, shared this ERNIE Developer Challenge, and it sounded like a really good way to push myself. Thousands of years ago, scribes pressed wedges into clay to record humanity's first written words. Today, hundreds of thousands of these tablets sit untranscribed, waiting. This is NabuOCR, an end-to-end vision model that reads cuneiform directly from images. Named after Nabu, the Mesopotamian god of writing, it bridges ancient script and modern AI. Cuneiform OCR is hard. The script is non-Latin, tablets are heavily worn, images show multiple faces at once, and glyph shapes vary wildly across periods. Existing tools use multi-stage pipelines that accumulate errors. NabuOCR takes a different approach. One model, image in, transcription out. So I'm Zach. I'm a senior software engineer out here in San Francisco, and I have been doing game development and AI and machine learning as my hobby after work. I know I'm a nerd. I go home and do more of the same thing that I did at work. But I joined the Unsloth Discord server as part of that hobby, and I saw that Mike, the co-founder of Unsloth, shared this ERNIE Developer Challenge, and it sounded like a really good way to push myself and tackle a structured challenge that would force me to take the next step and maybe learn some new things that just messing around as a hobbyist wouldn't necessarily get me to. Yeah, I also didn't really have much experience with it. I knew that it existed and that was about it. I picked it because like the oldest writing with the newest tech sounded really cool. And also cuneiform is very visually striking and I wanted to stand out in the competition. But also because I knew it would be a really hard challenge and that just sounded like fun to work on, because cuneiform is just so different from other systems of writing that I knew that it would be something that I couldn't just take something that already existed and apply it. I knew that I'd have to do a lot of the fun work of building my own pipelines for this. I had a few quick ideas, but I landed on cuneiform pretty early on. A lot of the other ideas that I had, I quickly dismissed them as like too obvious, so to speak, that I knew that there would be a whole bunch of people doing that. Like my first thought was a receipt scanner for financial tracking or something to do with medical records, but I knew that those were the low-hanging fruit, so I wanted to pick something like really niche so that I could stand out. I spent about a week just doing initial research and gathering data so that I can have the training data set. That took a lot of filtering and a lot of work to download all of those files and find and clean all of that. Then I spent about 2 weeks working on the actual training and the reinforcement learning. And then another week on the presentation video to submit. The hardest part was definitely the reward functions for the reinforcement learning. The model always would find some way to reward hack, or the rewards would be competing so the model couldn't get anywhere. I eventually solved that by rendering out every cuneiform character and then computing their similarities with each other so that I could give it partial rewards for something that kind of looked correct. And that makes the reward gradients a lot denser because even incorrect answers can still push it in the right direction. And that was enough to get it unstuck and start actually learning how to read cuneiform. I dropped out of college, so I did not learn this in a structured way. I learned all of this just by being interested in it. There's so many free resources online. I think for me, the best way to learn is to try doing something that I'm completely not qualified to do. And when I get stuck, then I start looking into, okay, how do I solve this specific problem? And then from there, I spread out. That's been my method since I was 12 years old, and I've learned a lot of things just by, failing upward. My primary reason was I figured that PaddleOCR would be less hotly contested. I figured more people would be submitting like agentic things with ERNIE, and so that I would have a better shot at winning if I picked the smaller category. But also because OCR is just more interesting to me. Like agentic workflows are cool, but they're not as exciting to me personally because like I use agentic workflows at work, and so therefore they have gotten a lot of the magic sucked out of them, whereas OCR and cuneiform are still very interesting to me. I definitely didn't expect going into an AI challenge that I would learn so much about ancient Mesopotamia, but I did, and it was really fascinating. I loved reading some of the old medical tablets because they did so many things correct without really understanding why. Like they use alcohol to sterilize their equipment without having germ theory. And also just like reading letters from the past and realizing that like even thousands of years ago, people were exactly the same as they are today. Really humanized a lot of that for me. Yeah, so my motivation here was that there's hundreds of thousands of cuneiform tablets, and to transcribe them all is just not feasible to do by hand, especially considering how few people actually know how to do that. So my goal was to apply a VLM to the task in hopes that we can automate part of that process. I have reached out to the Cuneiform Digital Library Initiative to see if there's any collaboration opportunity there, and we'll see where that leads. I would say the most important thing is to iterate early. You want to do short test runs because if you wait till the end to do your whole like 3-day training run and then you find out there was an issue, that's a really expensive mistake, both in terms of compute and in your own time. So the earlier you can do just a 500-step little run to help validate your current work, the sooner that you can start improving beyond that, right? If you get to a place where you're satisfied, but you still have 3 weeks left in the challenge, great, now you're going to exceed your expectations. Whereas if you had waited to the end, then you may not have gotten that opportunity.